All right, time for more Argonaut Weekly here at GoArgos.com. Rob Walden and Joe Bartlinski, the head coach of the UWF women's soccer team. Much like the men, a very busy week for the women's soccer team. On Tuesday, they took down Montevallo 7-1. Friday, they came back and beat UAH 2-0. And then Sunday, a big defeat over Delta State by an 8-0 count. And Coach, that's 3 games in basically 6 days for you guys. Before we talk about the matches individually, I'm sure your girls are exhausted and looking forward to a couple of days off before they get back on the pitch.
A little tired, but these are matches that we need as we prepare for the remainder of the conference schedule and the conference tournament. We need to get more matches underneath our belt. Again, new faces out there, and so every game that we can get is very important. And
you outscored the opposition 17-1 in 3 matches, so the depth obviously is something that's helping you guys. It seems like as you've gotten new players into the game, they continue to respond with positive results like we saw this past week.
Yeah, it's more the system. We play a pretty much high pressure system, and so even when the reserves come in, they're pressing and they're going after their opportunity to play, and so it's they're getting the reward. They're getting some goals for the first time in their careers, and it's fun to see.
We talk a lot about Shakira Duncan and Jodianne Robinson, and they're each averaging better than a goal a game, but I know it had to make you happy to see the depth that this team showed this weekend. 2 goals from Monica Malavasi and the win over UAH. 8 different players scored 8 goals against Delta State. Spreading it around, especially at this juncture in the season, always a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's very important to get all the goals from different people, because as we go into the North Owls and the conference, I know they'll be focused about 1 or 2 players, but that would be okay, because some of the other players are prepared for their opportunity to step up, and they've shown it this past week.
The first time that we had you in here on the Argonaut Weekly was right after the back-to-back tough losses to Rollins and Florida Southern, and it really seemed like everybody was a little taken aback that you guys lost 2 straight at home. But you and I talked about that being a jumping-off point for the rest of the season. Now, obviously, we're a long way from the postseason, but it definitely seems like about 5-6 weeks removed from that you guys took those 2 losses and improved on them instead of getting down in the dumps, perhaps, which would have led to an underachieving season.
Yeah, we definitely learned from those. And again, it was just brand new players, and it was the opportunity for us to learn. And we have gotten better from those matches. And we've been able to work on many things, and even this past weekend we realized that there's more that we need to continue to work on, and we'll work on those, and we'll see where that takes us. That's what makes the UNA game exciting. It's not winner take all or anything by any means.
Sure.
It's a great opportunity for us to learn where our players are in a very tough environment, to go on the road and play on plastic, on what they call artificial turf out there. It's not the real game, but we'll get a chance to play on that very well-lined field and see how we handle the competition on the road. So it's not winner take all. This is it. This is a season, win or lose. It's a chance for us to see where we are, and I'm sure UNA is looking at the same opportunity to see where they are in their season as well.
Yeah, you guys take on North Alabama Friday and then come back and host West Georgia on Sunday. Even though you guys have proven over the last few years that you're maybe a class above the other teams in the Gulf South, it's always tough when you got to take on a conference opponent, because you said it yourself, you always have such a huge target on your back when anybody from the GSC is lining up against you guys.
Very difficult, because we typically play Friday, Sunday. A lot of the teams out there are playing midweek games and then one on the weekend. We have to get ourselves geared up for 2 matches every weekend, and so it's something our players have learned how to handle fairly well. The GSC tournament is a Friday, Sunday event. The national tournament is a Friday, Sunday event. So a lot of teams only play 1 midweek and then 1 at the end, and I think that helps us down the road to be prepared for those 2 matches in 3 days.
Yeah, 2 and 3 days coming up for the women's soccer squad. Friday, they're on the road at North Alabama. Sunday, they're back here in Pensacola to host West Georgia. Of course, you can follow all the action right here at GoArgos.com.